What's going on, guys? Lance here. In this video I'm going to be teaching you how to mark hunt in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now, marks were a new feature introduced in Pokemon Sword and Shield where they basically act as ribbons, but when you send a Pokemon out into battle they will say some flashy new phrase depending on what the mark is. This also works for ribbons as well, so say you complete like the Battle Tower, your Pokemon will get a special Battle Tower mark and it'll say like Battle Tower Champion and then your Pokemon's name. And also in the DLC, they released a new charm that actually boosts your odds by 3 rolls. Rolls being, if you don't get the Pokemon with a mark, it'll do another repeat and try until you get it again for 3 turns, instead of just cutting the odds in half like a shiny charm. So you get the mark charm by completing the Isle of Armor dex and everything that entails. You basically talk to the person who gave you the dex in the first place. I have a separate video on that. But other than that, I'm going to jump to Serebii and show off a bunch of the marks and some of the rates that they're run at. Okay, so here on Serebii.net we can see that there's very little information on marks to begin with. And it's just because they're such a simple little thing. But marks itself come in different categories, and each category has a different rarity. The easiest to get would be to get a Pokemon with a fishing mark versus going for the rare mark, which odds are more in line to a Pokemon that is shiny. So if we go down, we can see all the different types of marks there are. And there's quite a few, but let's say it's around 25 or so. There were a few added in Sword and Shield DLC. But each mark here has a different rarity. And you can check the rarities on Serebii.net. I'll link the website page in the description, and then it goes over different ways to get them. Some are just literally just encountering. It just says, oh, this Pokemon has a very small chance to obtain this mark, meaning you just have to keep capturing that Pokemon or whatever Pokemon you're hunting in order to get it. Now there are some Pokemon that can't obtain marks, and that's in ways of you can't breed a Pokemon with a mark, and you can't capture a Pokemon in a raid den with a mark. Now that does mean that since you can't capture raid den Pokemon or breed, you cannot get certain Pokemon with this, because certain Pokemon are locked to the day or night, but also no hidden ability Pokemon, since those are only obtainable through breeding and raid battles. So that does limit, say you wanted a competitive Grookey with a mark, it's currently unattainable. It has to be capturable in the wild and fit the parameters. Say a Pokemon's only available in rainy weather, but you wanted, say, the snowy mark on it. That Pokemon would not be possible to obtain, because you're not able to have it captured in rain if it only appears in snow. So there are certain combinations of Pokemon that actually are unable to obtain marks on, which does kind of play a little bummer in that, but also kind of makes it rewarding to collect all the Pokemon of certain marks. I think the rarest mark is just the rare mark. It has a 1 in 1000 chance without charm and 3 in 1000 chance with mark. Other than that, I'm going to try to basically go for a fishing charm just to show off marks in general and show the way you basically get marks. Okay, back in game now. So basically the way to get marks is through catching Pokemon. You have to keep catching Pokemon over and over again until you just get lucky enough to get the mark. There's no way of knowing beforehand that if it has the mark, it won't say its title when it's found in the wild. So you do have to capture beforehand. Which would mean stocking on things like quick balls, and depending on the time of the day, dust balls and repeat balls would be very handy if going for Pokemon you've already captured. Other than that, I'm going to try to basically go for the fishing one since it's the quickest to obtain, and I'll show you the process of getting that. Okay, and there we go. Obviously on the, was it 5% artillery. So it does have a mark. It only took me about 5 minutes, but I do have the charm, so my odds were heavily increased. Let's go check out that Octillery real quick. Took me, what was that, 1, 2, 3, 4... There are only 6 encounters? Anyways, so as we can see, there is this mark on him, and it says, a mark for a catch of the day. And basically, when I send this out, so I can equip it by basically just selecting with A, and you can remove it and then choose another one, so you add multiple ribbons. But if I select this, and throw Octillery in the front of my party, if I go into Wild Battle, you'll see a different saying when you send them out. It says, go Octillery, the catch of the day. And it says like that little slogan every time you send it out. That's really the big feature of marks. There's no other benefit. It's nothing physical like a shiny, but it's something you get to see when you send them out. It does show in Wi-Fi battles, so that's why some people like them, because they can have fun Pokemon to send out during Wi-Fi matches. Other than that, I hope this video helped you out learning how to mark hunt in Pokemon Sword and Shield. If you liked the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. Other than that, thanks for coming out.